wrote the things that the characters say in the drawings?
I wrote it. That's all part of the text.
That's textbook.
Here's the problem on debt. So, Arlene, what was the question?
I was wondering if you or Norton wrote the things that, like, the townspeople said, the things that people say in your drawings.
In the word, little conservation.
Oh, it just, you know, when you, one of the first procedures in translating the text into a book is to turn it into a dummy, which is a series, just like a storyboard. A series of layouts showing how the text will break down, how many pages it'll break down into. And most of these books are 32 pages, and they begin on page 3 or sometimes on page 5. It's 28 or 27 drawings of the book and how to figure out to get the whole story in there and how to pace it. And that's generally up to the illustrator. And as far as I'm concerned, that's really where the book is going to work or it isn't, because it's all about storytelling, it's all about pacing, it's all about how you drag the reader from one page to another without having him or her aware of what's going on. And for me, it's a particularly fun experience because having grown up reading comic strips and having made a career as a cartoonist, the combination of words and pictures, how they work together, from the earliest children's books I read as a kid to the comic strips I adored as a kid and studied and tried to figure out how the form worked, all of that then becomes part of the challenge for turning out the book. And so everything in the book to me becomes an act of translation, as if you're taking it from one language into another, you're taking it from the typescript into another world, which is words and pictures, where the illustrations and the words have to mix and mingle to an extent where the reader, if it works ideally, isn't even aware of what's going on. It's a trick. It's a case of sleight of hand. Because you can't draw, you want the pictures, of course, to tell the story and to draw attention because you want them to look as good as they can. But there are some books, picture books today, that are so brilliantly illustrated that they almost ignore the text, but don't service the text. They're all about the ego of the artist. And God knows, Norton certainly knows that I always submerge my ego. So it's all and only about storytelling, and also now and then being true.
Let me ask the question about 6 words. Those lines from the text, Jules is the one who pulled them out and made them work as a picture. That's what he tried to tell you.
I've already answered that.
The last line.
Well, another question over there.